Hi VC, I know it's been a really long time since I made a video, but I just got back from the 2016 Austin Record Convention and I got tons of great records. So I want to go through them all and give you all a chance to look at what I picked up. First we have a major find, one of the biggest ones I made today, and this is an original UK pressing of Camel's Mirage. This is an original first press UK Deran that is absolutely just in immaculate condition, and I'm so excited to give this a listen. Another British record I picked up is not a first UK press, but a pretty early UK press of Deep Purple's In Rock. The reason I know it's an early UK press, but not a first, is it has a little boxed EMI on the Harvest label. So I know it's not one of the first run that they did, but I'm sure it will still sound amazing, and it's good enough for me. Moving on, my friend Rich was selling a large chunk of his punk hardcore screamo collection, so I picked up a lot of stuff off my my screamo want list on Discogs. Actually, first up is an emo record. This is the Saddle Creek issue of Cursive's The Disruption. Really, really early Cursive. Cursive, if you don't know, are one of the classic 90s emo bands, and they're still around today. Definitely check them out. This is the Empire, Football, etc. split. Empire, of course, are from my hometown of East Lansing, Michigan, and they actually just recently broke up, so their records are getting harder to find now. Football, etc. are also a really fun emo pop-punk band. This is the last 7-inch, the last piece of music that I had yet to get from the band Hot Cross. This is Hot Cross Lickgoldensky split 7-inch. Hot Cross are, of course, one of my favorite screamo bands, and I have, up until now, I had almost everything except for this 7-inch, so this completes my Hot Cross collection. Another classic screamo record, Page 99, Document 11. This is a compilation of Documents 4 and 5. You know, Page 99 released all of their albums as document numbers, so, you know, Document 4, 5, 7, all the way up through, I think, Document 13 is where they stopped when they broke up. So this is Page 99, Document 11. And this is another screamo split between Jerome's Dream and Usurp's Synapse. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Jerome's Dream are one of my favorite bands. These guys are incredible. And this is on Level Plane Records. I think this is a collaboration actually between Clean Plate Records and Level Plane Records. So, in the LP department, some more stuff I got from Rich. This is Joshua Fit for Battle, To Bring Our Own End. Classic screamo band. This one's on clear yellow vinyl. Amazing. This is a very early record by Loma Prieta. I have most of their full-length albums. This is one of their early EPs they put out. This is back when they had some different members in the band. It's a little bit of a different sound than you would expect if you've only listened to the recent Loma Prieta records, so it was cool. And it's titled Our LP is Your EP. This is because, you know, it's almost a full-length record for them, but it basically is an EP because it's a single-sided 12-inch. It's not much music on here. And then I got two records by Comadre, really great hardcore / screamo band. This is Burn Your Bones. And the last one is very, very rare. This is their first album, Comadre the Youth. And this is the original pressing on white with pink splatter. Let's just show it here. Yeah, white with pink splatter. Looks like it's never even been played. So that's everything in rock music. Now let me get to the huge classical haul I got. There's a guy that comes to the Austin Record Convention every year from Dallas that just is one of the best classical dealers I've ever seen. He has so much audiophile classical music. I'm just going to go through this all really quickly because it's all amazing. Last time when I bought from him, I bought a ton of classic records pressings. Today I bought a lot of Telarc and EMI pressings, both of which are great sounding classical labels. This is an EMI pressing of Karajan in Berlin doing Sibelius 5. This is unique. There were a couple of these Karajan EMI records in there, and I didn't really know Karajan ever recorded for EMI much, especially not with Berlin. I figured, you know, most Karajan stuff I get would be a Deutsche Grammophon. Karajan's not my favorite conductor. I don't like him for a lot of things, but there's a few things I do like him for, and that's Wagner, Beethoven, and Sibelius. He's a very good Sibelius conductor, so I saw this, had to get it. This is Claudio Abbado conducting the London Symphony Orchestra and Prokofiev's Symphony No. 1 and Symphony No. 3. Symphony No. 1, of course, is a huge oboe excerpt for us. It's very, very difficult to play. So I have a feeling I'll be listening to this symphony for a very long time. This is cool. This is a collaboration between Melodia and EMI, which is his master's voice. EMI would get contracts with the Soviet Union to help put out some of their records. And this is the Moscow Philharmonic and Kirill Kondrashin conducting Shostakovich Symphony No. 11. I didn't have a recording on vinyl of Symphony No. 11 yet, so I'm glad I could get it. And Kondrashin is a very good Shostakovich interpreter. Here we're getting into the Telarcs here. This is Lauren Maazel conducting the Cleveland Orchestra in Shostakovich Symphony No. 5 on Telarc digital. Normally I would say digital vinyl is gross, but Telarc did a very good job with these in the 80s. They sound incredible in the Cleveland Orchestra, so it means I get to listen to John Mack play that beautiful oboe solo in the symphony. The Cleveland Orchestra are one of my favorite orchestras to listen to anyway, so it's a win-win. Here is another Telarc. This is not Cleveland, but this is Slatkin conducting St. Louis and Mahler Symphony No. 1. Another Slatkin St. Louis. This one's actually sealed. It's never been opened. This is Debussy La Mer and Prelude to the Afternoon of a Faun. Both really standard repertoire pieces. This is one... Let me take the shrink wrap out. This is one that I've been looking for a very long time. This is Kung-Hwa Chung and Andre Previn and the London Symphony Orchestra playing Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto and Sibelius Violin Concerto. Kung-Hwa Chung is a very, very underrated violinist, and most people think that next to Heifetz, she has the definitive recording of at least the Tchaikovsky, if not the Sibelius, so I'm really happy to find this. Here's another Karajan Berlin recording on EMI. This is Ravel Bolero and Debussy La Mer, and also Prelude to the Afternoon of a Faun, all great repertoire. It's really cool to have Berlin play Bolero because the Berlin players, especially as soloists in the wind section, were the best in Europe at the time. I don't always like Berlin recordings, as I may have hinted at earlier, because I don't always like Karajan as a conductor, but the flip side of that is that the Berlin Philharmonic had the best players in Europe, I think, at the time. A lot of people say Vienna, but I think the wind section in Berlin was much, much better for a very long time. So in a piece like Bolero, where they get to kind of solo and do their thing, it's really great to listen to because you're listening to the best wind playing of the time. Here is another EMI pressing. This is Andre Previn conducting the London Symphony Orchestra, playing Rachmaninoff, Isle of the Dead, and Symphonic Dances, two really late Rachmaninoff orchestral pieces. I think Rachmaninoff's one of the best composers of the early 20th century. I never heard him write bad music, so. This is a old Telarc pressing. This is before they switched to digital. This is a direct-to-disc analog cut of Michael Murray playing the great organ in the Methuen Memorial Music Hall, playing a selection of various organ pieces. I just got this because it's organ cut direct-to-disc by Telarc. I don't even care what's on it. I know it's going to shake the room and sound amazing. I'm sure the music is also good too. It's got some Vidor on it and some Dupré. Both of which are organ composers I'm familiar with, and will probably be good music in addition to being amazing sounding. This is a London Decca cut of Nielsen Symphony No. 4, conducted by Mehta and the Los Angeles Philharmonic. Really great combination. Mehta in LA did a ton of great recordings in the 70s. This is a record I already own, but it's one of my favorite records that I own, and so I figured as long as I see a copy here for $10, I might as well pick it up. This is Andre Previn and the London Symphony Orchestra playing Rachmaninoff's Second Symphony, the complete version. This is one of my all-time favorite recordings, favorite records I own. So when I saw a second copy that was dead mint, had to get it. This is by far the best recording of this piece, and it's one of my favorite recordings of all time. I know I said that before, but it's incredible. And here's a old London Blueback. This is Wilhelm Bachhaus, I don't know how to pronounce it, playing the Schumann Piano Concerto in A minor. Great piano concerto, really, really great piano concerto, but an even better pianist. I've listened to a few things Bachhaus has done. His third piano concerto of Beethoven, also on London, is incredible. So I'm anxious to hear this and see what he does. He's a very underrated pianist, and not a lot of people have heard of him nowadays. But I like his playing quite a bit. This is an EMI French-pressed box set of John Barbirolli conducting both the New Philharmonia and the Berlin Philharmonic. Mahler Symphony number 5 and 9. EMI box set of Mahler, just had to get it. And finally, last but certainly not least, this is another Telarc pressing, again with Slatkin and the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra, playing Mahler Symphony No. 2 Resurrection, because you can never have too many recordings of Mahler Symphony No. 2. It is an incredible, heart-stopping piece. And that is everything I picked up at the 2016 Austin Record Fair. I would love to hear from anyone else that went to this and what you got. There's tons of stuff that I missed. I ran out of time and money. I saw lots of sellers with great classic rock, lots of sellers with... I really wanted to explore some of the 60s garage psych that I was seeing around, but I didn't have time or money again. But I'm really, really happy with what I got. So if you guys went to this, or if you went to a record convention in your town, leave a comment below. Let me know what you got. Talk to me about some of these pressings, about some of these recordings. Would love to hear from you. And again, if you'd like to see what I'm listening to at any given moment, follow me on Instagram and the link below in the description. That's it for now. Thanks again, VC.